Oh yeah, he's banging his head out. Like we don't know why he's doing this. He's just because he has autism. Like bro, please, bro. And then they use autism as the diagnosis instead of getting to the bottom of why this person's in pain and is banging their head. Because when you hit yourself, like physical therapists, please back me up on this. Please tell me, correct me if I'm wrong about this or not. But when one part of your body is experiencing pain and you like hit it or tap it, it signals the nerve fibers or whatever, and then it distracts from the original root cause of the pain. So if you see somebody fucking hitting themselves, what is causing them pain? Like, why are they, what are they trying to get relief from? Instead of asking those kind of questions, it's like, oh, it's just because he has autism, bro. Bro, like I fucking like that makes me want to facepalm myself a million times. like, like instead of asking these hard hitting questions, it just gets blamed on the fucking autism. Oh, she's just autistic. He's just autistic. They're just autistic. They just don't know. Like, who says they don't fucking know? I'm so sick of this. Autism means that you have something else, or wasn't the person who was inspired by Rain Man didn't even have autism. They was known to have a different genetic condition because most people with autism have a profile of other comorbid medical conditions. So I read something. Please verify my source because I don't know if this is true or not, but shit, I believe it. I believe I don't know how many people were in the study or anything. I just was reading something last night and then it said something about 20 up to 20% of autistic people are known to have a diagnosable genetic marker condition that's considered a condition that is responsible for their autistic profile symptoms or has play a part in that, which is what I understood from reading that. I could be stand corrected at any point in time. So have a diagnosed verifiable genetic condition. So the person who was inspired after Rain Man didn't even have autism. They ended up having a genetic condition, which was called like some abbreviation that I can't remember because that didn't help me remember what it was. But it said it was described by hypotonia, low muscle tone. What do a motherfucker got right now? What is a defining characteristic of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is another genetic condition? Hypotonia, low muscle tone. I have both. You can have hypertonia because of the body trying to compensate, and then I have other genetic possibly, but so and then people get it mixed up. They think like Down syndrome is autism. No, dude. A lot of people with Down syndrome have autism, but not all of them. But that doesn't mean autism is Down syndrome. That doesn't mean autism is a learning disability, is an intellectual disability. Doesn't mean autism is like people just think autism is everything of something else that it's not. Because a person has, let's say, Down syndrome and autism, that would that would that would integrate their entire profile of autism in a different way, but that's not because you can't really take the autism out of the person, but their autism is a separate diagnosis, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like they are an autistic person, but they also have Down syndrome, which integrates their entire autistic profile. So I do not have that genetic, which Down syndrome is another genetic condition. I do not have that condition. I have autism and I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and possibly have like a metabolic mitochondrial neurometabolic syndrome going on. Could be multiple genes, in my opinion, going on in my case that I would need. Still, I need a testing genetic testing to confirm which that would be. But specifically, autism are not these things. Okay, autism, the way I mean, we would have to like define what even autism is and agree on that. But because of the other complex medical profiles going on, can complicate how the autism appears or make it more pronounced or make it appear a certain way because of the other things going on. Like if the person has dyspraxia, for example, that's can be common in autism. Not every person has this in autism. That dyspraxia of speech that affects their ability to coordinate their muscles so that they can produce either speech or do certain muscle movements in their body. So you can have dyspraxia in any parts of your muscle groups depending on your body. So that can make a person, for example, if they have autism and dyspraxia, that can make their autism appear more obvious outwardly, because if they don't have an alternative way to communicate their needs, that is deeply frustrating, and their needs could be going unmet. So that would make their autism more outwardly present, where they're outwardly in distress. But that's another thing, because another common thing is our pain not being recognized because it's not always immediately visible, or our reactions can appear over reactive or underreactive to what's considered neurotypical or normal, quote unquote, what's considered appropriate, quote unquote. So a lot of pain, like a lot of people don't think that I do have a high pain tolerance, but that does not mean my body's not going through the effects and is not feeling it, and that I shouldn't be going through that. It's because Just because I'm not like that doesn't mean that I'm not like dissociating to a point where I'm about to I'm blacked out. You know what I mean? I'm about to black out to the point where I can even start to physically, my body will pass out. So, and a lot of us experience that with the nervous system, our body heat dysregulation, and having problems with the textures and the temperature. And sometimes our emotions, your brain can like heat up certain parts of your body, so, or make them like more cold. Like if you have anxiety. Actually, I relate the feeling to fluorescent lighting to anxiety, but it feels like a cold chill down my entire body. It's like a shock. It feels like, and this is just like basic fluorescent lighting. It feels like when it hits my eyes and it goes through my brain processing, it makes my body feel chilled and cold, and like it's almost like it's a slow shock.